Hello everybody, welcome to our channel Students Homeopathy and let's learn together. Today we will discuss a very beautiful drug from our homeopathic Materia medica, Aloe socotrina. We will discuss general information regarding this drug in the section Introduction. Then we will discuss its sphere of action, the systems or the organs affected by this drug. We will discuss the disease conditions, signs and symptoms produced by this medicine. But only disease conditions or the signs and symptoms are not sufficient to prescribe for a homeopath. For a good homeopathic prescription, we need keynotes or the characteristic symptoms. So we will discuss the characteristic symptoms or the keynotes of this drug. Then we will discuss some important causations and modalities. We will discuss the mental and physical generals of this medicine. We will discuss the physical makeup or the constitution of this medicine. We will compare this medicine with some other medicines in the comparison section, and we will see its relationship with other medicines. According to Dr. N.M. Chaudhary, to write a Materia medica without Aloes is to write a novel without a hero. That's the importance of this drug in our Materia medica. As we know, this medicine is from plant or vegetable kingdom. The common name is socotrina aloes and it belongs to the family Liliaceae. There are several medicines are there in homeopathic Materia medica from this family. For example, Lilium tigrinum, Trillium pendulum, Helonias, Colchicum, Sarsaparilla, Allium sativa and Allium cepa, Veratrum album, Veratrum viridi, etc. In the family Liliaceae, the genus Aloe has 400 to 500 species. Among them, socotrina is one. The name socotrina came from the name of the island Socotra, where this plant is abundantly found. Also, the plant is found in the eastern coast of Africa. So the habitat of the plant is island of Socotra and the eastern coast of Africa. The mother tincture for this medicine is prepared from the thick juice from the leaves of the plant. The alkaloid is aloin and the medicine was proved by Dr. Helbig of Germany in 1833. Coming to the sphere of action or the organs and systems affected by this medicine, the medicine mostly affects the gastrointestinal system, especially the large intestine and rectum. Also, the mucous membrane of the GI tract. This medicine also affects the pelvic veins. And in the physiological action, the medicine increases the secretions in small doses, and in large doses, it acts as a purgative and causes pelvic congestion. As a result, it produces symptoms like diarrhea, dysentery, hemorrhoids or piles, headache, colic, flatulency, constipation, etc. But for making a good homeopathic prescription, we need keynote symptoms or peculiarities. So let's see what are the keynote symptoms or the characteristic symptoms of this medicine. So there will be great urging for stool and lack of confidence on anal sphincter. That means he has to rush to the closet unless he will soil his clothes. So he has to run for the closet. The stools are often passed involuntarily when expelling flatus or passing urine. There are several medicines are there like oleander, phosphorus, china, hyoscyamus, opium, etc. have this symptom. Another important symptom of this medicine is solid stool or masses of mucus pass involuntary and unnoticed. Dr. Nass mentioned how he cured a case of obstinate constipation of a 4-year-old child on the basis of this symptom. So we will get this symptom in constipation also. That means the stool passes without the knowledge of the patient. Coming to the next keynote symptom or the characteristic symptom, diseases of mucous membranes causes production of mucus in jelly-like lumps from the rectum. So it can be compared with the jelly-like mucus of Kali bike also. And we will get this type of symptoms in dysentery. Coming to the next characteristic symptom, has to hurry to the closet immediately after eating and drinking. So there will be aggravation of diarrhea after eating and drinking. There are several medicines are there like arsenic, china, lycopodium, podophyllum, crotontic and ferrum which have this symptom. So aggravation after eating and drinking. Another important symptom is that the urging of stool make him to drive out of bed early in the morning. We have other medicines like socotrina, Rumex and sulfur for this symptom. Coming to the next keynote symptom, there will be feeling of great fullness and weight in the whole abdomen and rectum, which may be associated with any of the disease condition. Coming next to a very important indication or keynote symptom of this medicine, hemorrhoids or piles protruding, that means external piles protruding like a bunch of grapes and which are ameliorated by applying cold water. Headache due to constipation or headache from constipation which alternates with backache is our next symptom and which gets aggravated from heat, amelioration from cold. Coming next to the colic of Aloe socotrina, it will be of cutting, cramping pains in abdomen before and during stool or attacks preceded by obstinate constipation. So the colic may occur before and during stool or after obstinate constipation and it will be of cutting and cramping pains. There is another peculiarity in relation to stool. We may get this in cases of diarrhea or dysentery. So there will be rumbling, violent, sudden urging, heaviness in the rectum before stool and tenesmus and much flatus during stool and there will be faintness after stool. So these are the symptoms before, during and after stool. So this is regarding the characteristics or keynote symptoms. But while prescribing in chronic cases, we have to consider the generalities. And coming to physical generals, the reaction to heat and cold or SC of the patient is hot patient. Coming to desires, the patient desires for beer, apples and salted things and the patient will be thirsty. Coming to mental generals, the patient will be of phlegmatic temperament. As we know, there are 4 temperaments are there: sanguine, choleric, phlegmatic and melancholic. Here we will get the patient of phlegmatic temperament. That means of the characters of slow, mild and peaceful disposition. Then he will be indolent. Indolent means habitual laziness. The next grade of laziness, the patient will be very lazy. That means another important mental symptom is that there will be aversion to either mental or physical labor. So the patient will be very averse to mental and physical labor and there will be dissatisfaction feeling or angry about himself. He will be dissatisfied and angry about himself. Coming to the constitution or adapted to Aloes is mainly adapted to the phlegmatic patients as we have discussed earlier, the aged people or the old people, the beer drinkers and the persons who are exhausted mentally and physically, who have no energy left. Coming to the causations and the modalities, the patients mainly suffer due to bad effects of sedentary life or habits. There will be aggravation from early morning, hot summer, after eating or drinking. Amelioration will be from application of cold water, cold weather, passing flatus or stool. In the important comparisons, headache from constipation will get in other medicines also like bryonia, cholinsonia and opium. External piles will get in other medicines like esculus, hamamelis, lachesis, muriatic acid, ratania, sulfur, etc. Rumbling before stool will get in croton-tick along with aloes. Also, aloes is similar to podophyllum as both are purgatives in the physiological action, both have aggravation during summer, both have aggravation in the morning. So, to differentiate, we have to consider all the symptoms. Hemorrhoids looks blue and like a bunch of grapes. As we have discussed, this is one of the important symptoms of Aloe socotrina. This can be compared with muriatic acid. In muriatic acid also we will get similar type of symptom, blue like bunch of grapes. So to differentiate, we have to consider that in muriatic acid there will be soreness and tenderness, while in aloes there will be itching, and in muriatic acid it is relieved by hot application, whereas aloes is relieved by cold water. In relations, complementary medicine is sulfur, that means it completes the cure if aloes improves to certain extent and then the progress becomes standstill. Coming to posology or the doses and repetition, it was suggested that low potencies like 3C or 6C should be administered in cases of dysentery, but depending upon the characteristic symptoms and symptom similarity, we can prescribe higher potencies Coming to repetition, it may be repeated in acute conditions frequently. Dr. J.H. Clark recommends 2-hourly repetition of Aloes 3C in cases of dysentery in his prescriber. So in this manner, we have completed different features or different important aspects of Aloe socotrina. And to summarize the things, Aloe socotrina was proved by Dr. Helbig and belongs to the family Liliaceae. The sphere of action mainly GI tract, especially large intestine and rectum. Diarrhea, dysentery, hemorrhoids, colic, headache, flatulency are the main symptoms. In the keynote symptoms, involuntary unnoticed passage and urgency of stool, has to hurry for stool, lack of confidence on the anal sphincter, a sensation of heaviness in abdomen and rectum, mucus of jelly-like lumps from rectum, colic before and during stool or preceded by obstinate constipation, headache due to constipation alternates with lumbago, hemorrhoids blue like bunch of grapes relieved by cold water, aggravation after eating in the morning, summer are the main keynote symptoms. In physical journals, the patient will be hot and thirsty. In mental journals, phlegmatic, temperament, laziness and dissatisfied with himself. Complaints due to sedentary life, old age and beer drinking should be compared with oleander, arsenical, muriatic acid, podophyllum, calivac, etc. And the complementary medicine is sulfur. That's all regarding Aloes. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel Students Homeopathy for more such videos.